Hey YouTube, this is Chase Factory, and this is going to be budget decking, deck 3. This is Chaos Dragons, which is my favorite, of course, because it's my deck, man. I love this deck. It's awesome. The budget decking with this is actually pretty interesting because you don't have a lot of good dark options, although you, of course, have all the lights ones, so there's no worry there. But it's kind of interesting. So, I just stuck with the triple Pulsar, triple Dark Flare, red MD, Dark Arm Dragon, Sorcerer, 1 Wyvern, triple Lila, triple Raikou, 2 Chains, 1 Graganeth, Stone Blue Eyes, couple Snipe Hunters, couple Tomatoes, 1 Monk, 2 Axe Dragonaut, Book, Heavy, Dark Hole Reborn, Charge, double DDR, double MST, double Call, and 1 Escape. This is pretty obvious, the top row. Go away. The Graganeth is because you can get it with red MD, it's just like a super giant beat stick potentially. The White Stone Blue Eyes is because you can discard it for Dark Flare and stuff and just get a plus. It's pretty nice. Dark Flare is a pretty big mill engine in this because it gets you your darks here and it gets you your light that you want here and also through these. This is also just a beat stick by red MD. Snipe Hunters are pretty nice, they can pop whatever. While they're not great in a super competitive deck, they're still pretty good. And you can get into them with Tomato, which is nice. The Monk you can either use to get into Tomatoes, or you can use like Tomatoes to get into Monk, and then you can exceed for the 1 Utopia I had. This deck's like $27 maybe. It's super cheap. So you can get this kind of thing really, really easily. And it's pretty good. It's pretty fast, so though it's not like ridiculously good, but it's a pretty good deck. And I really like it. Go away. So it's pretty nice. For adding on to this deck, of course, tour guides are amazing, but they're kind of expensive, so gotta be careful with that. Tragodia and Gores are pretty easy. You can get all 3 for like less than $10 pretty easily if you get the commons and stuff. Effect Veiler is great. Honest is pretty good. BLS is of course great. Solar Recharge is great. There's a lot of stuff you can add on to this deck and it makes it good. The extra deck and side deck, of course. Decrees are nice. You know, anything like that. How long is this? Pretty short. Okay. I'll keep going then. So, next we will talk about Dark Worlds, which have like the best structure deck I've ever seen. It's ridiculous. It's, oh my god, so good. So, this is kind of like a control Dark World deck, although I'm not running Cocky or the other guy. But triple Grapha, triple Snow, triple Bro, it's pretty regular. I'm running the Silva Gold engine, 2 of each. Just, it's great, they activate on the viruses and they're really good. Double Beige, Beige is pretty nice. It's a normal summon also, so it's never going to be bad. And then double Trag. Worst thing Trag can be is something to discard for gates, and best it can be is like a giant beater or something. Triple gates, triple Dark World dealings, 1 card destruction, 1 alert darkness, 2 Dark World lightnings, heavy Dark World reborn, 2 MSTs, 2 copies of the Forces of Darkness, 2 deck devs, 2 eradicators, 2 mind crush. You can see your opponent's hand with deck dev and eradicator, so it's always nice there. And then obviously mind crush is great. I've made a video about that. But this deck is ridiculously good. It's just 3 structure decks, and it's so good. I mean, this is actually like a deck I could run. So, and like do well with, like in a locals or something. It's, oh my god, Dark World. They have a great structure deck because they don't need much. You want to add like drag downs and stuff, but for a decent deck, you don't need it. So Dark Worlds are wonderful. For adding on, of course, you want tour guides. Gores is fine. Fabled Raven, or a, what's the other guy called? Trans Arcfiend. Those are both great because they activate Dark World effects. Morphine Jar is good. Drag down is the thing you want, though. Drag down into the grave. It's so, so amazing. So, yeah, what else? Dark Smog is pretty good. Anything like that is great. And for the last budget deck, Six Samurai. This was a little harder because a big piece to Six Samurai is Shien, and the structure deck doesn't come with Kagemusha or Shien. So this deck's also pretty cheap, like $25, maybe like $30 at most. But rather than doing 3 structure decks, I did 2 structure decks, plus a playset of Kagemushas and some extra deck material. So I'm running double Grandmaster, 1 Inishi, double Kizan, double Kageki, 2 Legendary Inishi, 2 Elder, 2 Hand, 2 Shogun Shien, 3 Kagemusha, 2 Iroh. And then for the spells, you should probably try to get a SixSams, but they're not that cheap, so kind of expensive. Rhoda, double Six Samurai United, double Dojo, double Signal, Gateway, double Warrior Turning Alive. This card's pretty darn good, actually, in this deck, because you can go through your deck so fast that it becomes like a Rhoda. Reborn Darkhold Heavy and MST, of course. 2 double-edged sword technique. This card's pretty good. It's good for OTKs, or if you could just use it to synchro. Pair of Fiendish Chains, and 2 Magatama. And then for the extra deck, Shien's the expensive piece, and then Gaia and Leviathan aren't that bad. And it comes with the Shadow of the Six Samurai. This is a pretty good deck. Six Samurai are really easy to budget deck with, like for under $50 you can get a great deck. But for more like this much, like $25, $30, it's a little bit harder. But they're still very good. And it's really easy to add on to this deck. You can just get another structure deck and then like some asceticisms and you're pretty much set. You don't want torrentials or something, but it's a really good deck from pretty much from nothing. It's nice. So that's all 5 of the budget decks I have. I went through them kind of quickly in this video. But yeah, they're actually pretty good, the budget decks. They are cheap, obviously, that's the good thing, and they're pretty good. And the real good part about them is you can add on to them really easily. There's always like, oh, if I get this, it becomes better. Like for this, all I have to do is get another structure deck or like asceticisms. For Dark World, oh, I just need some drag downs. Oh, I just need a couple tour guides. For Chaos Dragons is a little bit harder because it's like tour guides, Trigodias. Trigodia Gorge is pretty easy. Valors maybe. For Atlanteans, it's hardest real things because eventually you're at the point where you realize to make this deck super competitive and start topping places, you're going to need to add a couple more Morale stuff because they give the power to the deck, whereas this is just some plussing, but if you don't have something big to do with it, it might be kind of blind plussing. Agents are great. I don't know what to say about them. Herald of the Orange Light, Tour Guides, BLS, Chaos Sorcerer if you want to go into the Chaos Agents, or you can just add like Card Troopers and Call the Haunted for Trooper Agents. And then that's all of them. So yeah, this is the end of the budget decks. It's all over. If you have any questions about them, please ask in the comments. And this is Cheese Factory signing out. Where's the